Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you aboard Tom's Educational Airlines. Thank you for traveling with us and we hope you enjoy this educational journey. It's always amazing to see how these giant objects are able to take off and fly around the globe. So today we're going to find out how an airplane is able to fly and how pilots are able to steer these airplanes in the sky. These are the 6 main parts of the airplane that are essential to make the airplane take off, stay in the air and land the aircraft safely on the ground. The 6 parts are the wings, the engine, the fuselage, the cockpit, the horizontal stabilizer, and the vertical stabilizer. We will go through each one of them so that by the end of this flight you will have a better understanding of how airplanes work. We will depart our journey by examining probably the most important part of the airplane, the wings that are fitted on either side. The wings are the most important part of the airplane because this is what actually makes the object fly and take to the skies. The airplane is able to fly because of the difference of shape on top of the wing and on the bottom. As you can see, when the air hits the wing, the air on top of the wing has to travel a longer distance because of the weirdly curved shape, as opposed to the air that flows underneath the wing. This creates a difference in air pressure and generates lift, which means as long as the airplane is moving forward at a high enough speed, the airplane is able to fly. Attached on the back side of the wings are the ailerons. The ailerons create this movement. They are mostly used to keep the airplane level. Attached underneath the wings are the engines. The engines make sure that the airplane is able to move forward. The engine sucks in the air at the front. The air that is sucked in gets compressed. Once it reaches the end of the compressing section, the compressed air blows out of the back of the engine with high speed, which pushes the airplane forward. Next up is the fuselage. This part keeps all the parts together, except for the engines of course. These are attached to the wings. Although, there are some exceptions, like on private jets for example. The passengers are seated in the fuselage of the airplane. Attached to the front of the fuselage is the cockpit. This is where the pilots that control the airplane are seated. Although the airplane could take off, fly to its destination and land by itself, it is always necessary to have pilots there to put the navigation coordinates in the computer, or in the worst case, to take control whenever the onboard computer stops working. Moving to the rear end of the plane, we find the rear stabilizer, or simply put, the rear wing of the airplane. This wing makes sure that the airplane is stable in the air and won't go up or down unexpectedly. At the backside of the rear wing, there are 2 smaller features. These features are called the elevators. The elevators make sure that the pilot can steer the nose of the airplane, pointing up and down so they can change the height in which they are flying. Last, but certainly not least, is the vertical stabilizer, or simply put, the tail fin. The tail fin is there so that the airplane doesn't roll over unexpectedly while gazing through the skies. Attached on the backside of the tail fin is the rudder. The rudder is the main feature of the airplane that makes it steer in the direction that you want to go. We have arrived at our destination. We hope you had a pleasant journey and learned something along the way. Thank you for traveling with Tom's Educational Airlines. We wish you a pleasant stay in a well-educated future.